Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final race of the regular season here tonight in the CTC Wanted Goons Cup Series here at Talla-dave-a Super Speedway for the regular season cutoff race. Tonight we will decide who gets in these playoffs and who's going to miss out. Top 12 drivers in points after tonight will advance to the 4-race chase, and then we'll take 4 drivers from that, and we'll race all 4 of them at Phoenix to determine the champion. Wow, we're already starting tonight, but it's going to be an awesome race here tonight. 75 laps, 200 miles, and it is the Talla-dave-a 200. So thanks to my dad, Dave Hoismus, for sponsoring this race. And make sure to tune in tomorrow night for the Copenhagen 150. Thanks to Davis Greenwell for sponsoring that one. Get our points up here. Everybody to see what the situation is like for these drivers. So you can see those top 6 have advanced already. They are locked in on points tonight. No matter what they do in this race, they are going to make it inside that top 12 and be in the chase. Now, they could change positions and get more bonus points depending on where they finish in points after tonight. So they're still racing for something. It's definitely not a free race for them. They still have a lot on the line, especially that battle for the regular season championship between Wolfberger and Giglio. Those two, a 5-point difference. The winner of the regular season gets 15 playoff points, so it's a huge deal to win that. So we're going to see them battling it out all night. But that battle for the cut line is what we're going to be looking at all night. Let's get it a little bigger here so you can see that cut line, 12th and 13th separated by 1 point. Nolan Walker, Davis Greenwell, and then below that you got 2, 4, above you got 5 and 6. So really tight battle for who's going to get in the playoffs, and we're going to be watching that all night. No live points tonight, unfortunately. There's a lot of problems with it that go along with that, so decided against it, and it's almost impossible to do it with stage points. So unfortunately, we're not going to have that as we have had in previous seasons, but might be for the better. These guys won't know exactly what they need to do to get in. We won't see that drama. All right, let's see who we got out qualifying right now. Toll Owen is the first one that grabbed my attention, so we're going to take right along with him. 1 qualifying lap for each driver tonight. Alright, should be on his hot lap here for the 09. Not hitting very fast in qualifying in these cars. Kind of neutered on speed. They got a lot of downforce, so only about 177, 178 on the straightaways. $39 cars out here tonight. Nobody going home. That's good news for our open drivers. Cole Owen puts 6th on the board. Let's get our timing up. Again, 1 lap qualifying out here tonight, so these guys have got 1 chance to put in a lap. Ryan File goes to the top of the board, the 53.930. Kenny Frisbee goes to the top of the board. See if Kenny can get another pole position. No, he cannot. Hayden Lowell to the top of the board, the 56, 53.908. And Bradley Wilson quickly takes over that spot. Now he goes to the top, 53.88 to the 51. Davis Greenwell, pretty good at plate tracks. He's won the last 2 Talla-dave-a races here in the Cup Series. If he can win tonight, that'll be 3 in a row. I mean, 2 in a row at Talla-dave-a is already absolutely dominant and incredible. If you can do 3 in a row, you could solidify yourself as like the Dale Earnhardt of this series, because it is so hard to capture the magic of winning at a play track, especially back-to-back. Garrett Wolfmarter jumps to second. Brantley Bryant to third. So that's an all-wanted Goons top 3 right now. Davis Greenwell can add himself to the list up there. And it's going to be down to the start-finish line. Across the line for Davis Greenwell. What's it going to be? 53.91. Goes to top of the board. Nope, not quite. 5th on the board. Sorry, I thought it was an 81 per second. So 91 for Greenwell, top 5. Pretty good starting spot for him there. But Giglio takes over 5th and knocks Davis down outside the top 5. But it should be the same row for Davis, so not a big deal. It is going to put him on the outside lane, which he might not be thrilled about. So that is going to do it for qualifying. Bradley Wilson going to take the pole position. And if my memory serves, I think he was the one who pushed Davis to both of those wins. Alright, so again, just want to bring up points in case anybody missed it. There you go. I would say 9th and up are pretty much good tonight. I know top 6 are fully advanced, or fully in the top 12. But I would say Nick Cooper and up have a pretty good shot unless they completely wreck out or don't get any points tonight. They're got a decent shot at making it. But everybody else below that, they're fighting hard tonight. And stage points, stages are going to be a huge deal if you can get points at each stage. It's going to be crazy to watch all night. Alright, let's take a quick break. Gotta hand out penalties. We will be right back. Alright, welcome back. Sorry about the delay. Let's go over our grid for tonight's race. Starting on the pole position, Bradley Wilson in the 51. Starting in second, going to be the 32 of Garrett Wolfmarter. Starting in third, going to be the 52 of Brantley Bryant. Starting in fourth, going to be the 56 of Hayden Lowell. Blake Giglio going to be starting in fifth. Sorry. Alright. Continuing. Starting 6th, going to be the 20 of Davis Greenwell. Starting in 7th, going to be the 18 of Kenny Frisbee. Starting in 8th, going to be the 82 of Cliff Mullins. Starting in 9th, going to be the 96 of Andrew Beach, making his return to the Cup Series. Starting running out our top 10, starting in 10th, Ryan Feil in the 81. Starting in 11th, Ethan Evers in the 8. Starting in 12th, Cody Cleaver in the 2. Starting in 13th, Jeff Price in the 19, excuse me. Patrick O'Keefe starting 14th in the 71. Dalton Hayes starting 15th in the 47. Kobe Stidham starting in 16th in the 36. Ronnie Holmes in 17th in the 57. Cole Owen in 18th in the 09. Ian Montrose in 19th in the 1. And Jesse Jones running at our top 20. The rest will be on the left side of the screen. We're about to go green here for the Talla-dave-a 200. 75 laps, 200 miles, and a chance at a playoff berth on the line. Pace car is off. And green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Talladega. Lap 1 complete under green. We had a wreck. I think it was the 37 that Trevor Trago had an issue off before. Looks like he managed to save that car, but he is well off the pack. Casey Graves coming down pit road with teammate Nick Cooper. Nick had to serve a drive-through to start this race, so Casey going to come down, be a good teammate, and try to help him stay on the lead lap. Wyatt McCombs looks like he started from the pits, so he is 7 seconds behind the pack right now. Or 41 seconds, excuse me. So he's going to be hoping for a yellow here soon, but up front, Garrett Wolfbarger takes the lead, and we are single file throughout the first, I don't know, 20, 30 cars. And we did have a caution. Huge wreck. Looks like down the back straightaway the last time by. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. And they were just about 4 wide right there, and ends up causing a pretty big wreck. Take a look from the flip camera. 56 of Hayden Lowell. I heard he was blinking a little bit on the radio. Might have been trying to back out. And then up here, bit of a stack up middle of the line. The 57 tries to go basically 4 wide, and that checks everybody up. Oh yeah, hard impact for the 57 of Ronnie Holmes. He was locked into the playoffs coming into tonight, so that, I mean, not a huge deal in terms of making the playoffs, but it's going to definitely hurt his bonus points. He can't get that car back out. Doesn't look destroyed, but probably going to have some decent repairs on that 57. I think he had the hardest impact out of everybody. Already under yellow. Our last couple of Dega races have been pretty darn clean. I think the Talladega race last season, season 9, we had maybe 2 cautions the whole race, if I remember correctly. So, I mean, that could happen. I think that caution we had in that one was early on. That was a fluke race. You don't usually get clean races at Talladega on iRacing. If anybody comes down to take some fuel here, going to be right on the edge of making it on one stop to the end of this race. You should be able to do it without topping off, especially with the yellow now. I think they can make almost 40 laps on a tank of gas here. So that math does add up, and as long as you're smart here and hit when you need to, it'd only be a one stop to the end. You do have some cars coming down pit road. Oh, quite a few. It looks like bottom half of the field all came down, top off. Oh, almost contact right there. The 04 and the 57 got close. Oh, Hayden Lowell, I think he had quite a bit of contact in this one, so he is on pit road. That car looks pretty torn up. Oh, yeah. Pretty severe right front damage for the 56 of Hayden Lowell. Also got 57 back here fixing some right front damage. 99, he looks good, I think. Same with the 37, that car looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit of left front, seems to be fixing it. 02 of Von Exner, car looks pretty clean. And 23 of Llewellyn's got a pretty decent amount of damage here, so he's coming down and fixing it. Brantley Bryant went 2 laps down. It looks like he disconnected from the session because the car looks just fine and he wasn't involved in that wreck. So I'm guessing he got disconnected, had an internet problem, so he's going to be... Looks like a lap down. Yeah, it's saying he's a lap down, so he's going to be lucky dog position, assuming nobody else goes a lap down here before we go green. Wolfmark are going to elect to take the top here. So I think they're going to play a little, not teammate games or anything, but they're going to coordinate this to where I think the 32 will drop down in front of the 51 upon crossing the line. Definitely something I'm familiar with. It's pretty smart to do with these plate tracks. You can get yourselves lined up and still get a good run off of the restart. Alright, we're going to go green this time by 32. Going to be the control car on the outside lane. Got teammate Kenny Frisbee behind him. Top 4 all wanted goons. And C2X row 3 and 4. Everyone of Patrick O'Keefe has had a very strong season. Honestly, I would say making a championship run. Not going to end the season with the same amount of points as the 32 and 16, obviously a little bit behind those two, but still has had a great season so far. Won a race at Atlanta, has been in winning contention all season, so I think that's my sleeper pick for the championship, to be honest, is that 71 car. But pace car going to be off. We're going to get back to green flag racing here. Green flag is back in the air. And the 09. I think there was a stack up in the outside lane. I thought he was wrecking for a second. But up front, one of Goons all going to get lined up on the bottom. That'll leave Andrew Beach and Ethan Evers leading the outside lane. With Ethan Evers as he tries to push that 96 to the front. And we are about to hit 12 laps away from paying out stage points at the end of stage 1. So this driver's already probably going to start racing a little harder, trying to get track position for that stage. One of those drivers I'm looking at that's probably going to be pretty aggressive with it is this 20 car right off to the left side of the screen. Davis Greenwell. 1 point out of the playoffs coming into tonight's race. He needs a really good night. There, 3 wide. Looks like Patrick O'Keefe on the outside. Assisted by the 11 and the 09. Looks like the 77 and Nolan Walker also in that mix. 3 wide, none of them making up ground on the leaders. At 51, one of the best at pushing on these plate tracks. He's showing it right now. He's doing a great job pushing the 32 of Wolfenbarger. And I'm not sure how long that 16 of Giglio is going to ride in line behind these guys. I'm sure he's just fine riding in line behind the 51 and 18, but that 32 is who he's racing for that regular season championship. So I'm sure we're going to see him try to make a move here at the end of stage 1. Because he's going to lose 3 points to that 32. And here we go. He's already making it. He's going to lose 3 points to that 32 if he sits in 4th. So he's got to make a move and try to get those points away from him. Got to make up 5 points somehow throughout tonight. And those are the kind of things that are going to fuel battles all the way through this field all night. It's not just as simple as who can get in a position to win the race at the end. This is kind of the only good part of this modern NASCAR playoff system, is it does create battles throughout the race with these stages. But on the flip side, it can cause a lot of problems with manipulation. So hopefully, since these drivers have no idea what they need throughout the race, we can kind of avoid that. But Andrew Beach getting shuffled out right there, and he's going to fall to the tail end of this whole field, it looks like. He was running up front for a while there. I'm sure he's not too mad with losing track position at this point in the race. He's not racing for points or anything. He's just there to win. So just take a little breather here in the back and regather yourself and make your way back to the front. Up front, Cody Cleaver now leading the outside lane. Looks like Giglio will be right behind that 2 car, pushing him right on board with Giglio. 195 into turn 3. Oh, we got inside the 2. Oh, he got down to the bottom lane just barely. I thought for sure he was going to hook the 2 car. Wow, that was scary. Still 3 wide back here. Looks like they're trying to go back to the double file. The 3rd lane is really tough to make work, and when it is there, it slows down the middle lane, so it's counterproductive to run up there. But you can make it work for about a lap or 2 if you want to quick positions. Outside lane making up some ground. Ethan Evers at the helm pushing that 2 car. 16 to Giglio. Looks like he thought about jumping up. I would not like to put my money on my sleeper prediction because I know how that can go. Wolfbarger, I mean, that's obvious favorite right there. Previous champion. Absolutely dominated last season up until the playoffs started. And if I was putting any money on anybody, I'd be putting it on the 32, because he is really consistent. Haven't had a single incident point since the drop of the green flag after that caution. I know I just jinxed it by saying that, but it's been a good run up to this point. On 8 laps, I think, green completed. Field still led by Wolfenbarger, Wilson, and Frisbee. But Giglio, trying to make up spots, ended up losing 1 spot and getting behind Cliff Mullins. Now Cody Cleaver and Ethan Evers are making a run on that outside lane again. This time by, it's going to be 5 to go in stage 1. Brantley Bryant, looks like we have had another drop for him. He has dropped out of the race, and reports from on the radio is that he is having computer problems. So, I guess to equal that to real life, he's having motor problems, and he's had to come back to the garage, I think probably 2 or 3 times now. He's back off the racetrack, so that's very unfortunate for Brantley. He was making a run at the playoffs tonight. He was only 16 points out coming into the race, so it was totally within reach for him, but looks like it's not going to happen tonight, unfortunately, for him. Still been a pretty good season for that 52 team. Nothing to be ashamed of. That kind of gives some breathing room to those guys, 13, 14, and 15th. They kind of don't have that driver looming just behind them. Now another driver looming coming into tonight was in 17th, Cliff Mullins. I think he is 19 points out coming in tonight, and he was running. Well, he was just running. Yeah, he's running up here. He is in the 4th spot, so getting these stage points right here will be big for him. And he'll be beating a lot of drivers on points that he needs to. 4 to go, stage 1. Looks like the top 10 are all single file now. Ian Montrose leading the outside lane. He's got a little bit of front end damage. Not sure if the guys behind him are aware of that. About the back bumper of Davis Greenwald looking over that outside lane. We had a car just come off pit road. That is the 11 of Trey Bartow, rookie out here tonight in the 11. He's gone 1 lap down. He's got a lot of damage on that 11 car. We'll see if we can find out how that happened. Now let's back it up and take a look. Oh, looks like maybe off the nose of the 09. 11 just overcorrects to the outside wall. Lucky that he did that for the rest of the field. Got out of the way of everybody. Didn't cause a bigger wreck. So good job saving it, getting out of the way. But it's definitely unfortunate for him there. He's going to come out with a pretty hurt car. 2 to go in stage 1. No stage breaks, obviously. So we're going to continue racing once we end this stage. We're going to pay some points out. Not this time, the next time by. Montrose and Kleber, these C2X cars still trying to fight, but I think the front end damage on that one car is just slowing them down. Just had the 96 and the 55 jump up in front of them. Maybe that'll give them some good air. They can make a late charge here in the final lap of stage 1. But they're definitely not going to get anywhere near the front by start-finish line. See if any late moves happen. See if the 16 tries to make up a few spots. He is. He goes to the outside of Cliff Mullins. He has no help. Cliff's got the help of the draft, and that's going to pull Cliff right on ahead. And that is going to be the end of stage 1. Stage 1 results up on the screen. Wolfenbarger takes the win. Bradley Wilson second. Kenny Frisbee third. Cliff Mullins fourth. And Blake Giglio fifth in the stage. And you got Cody Stidham, Davis Greenwell, Brian File, Patrick O'Keefe, and Matthew Blackley. Top 10 paying out in points. 10 points to 1 point. We'll start stage 2. Going up to the top right, again a reminder of everybody's point situation. Fourth place points for Cliff Mullins. He was 3 points behind Brantley Bryant, so imagine he's in that 16th spot now with Brantley being out. That puts Cliff closer to getting up inside the top 12. Ian Montrose, he fell way back in that stage, didn't get any stage points. Davis Greenwell got some. It's going to be interesting to see how that works out, but long race to go, and one wreck could completely change what we're talking about right now. Like we have some lap cars. 56 of Hayden Lowell and the 57 of Ronnie Holmes. 35th and 36th in danger going one lap down. Looks like Hayden's got a fixed up car. 57 has a little bit of damage still. Quite a bit of damage on that 57, but leader's about a straightaway behind, half a straightaway here at Talla-dave-a. There are those lap cars. Already admitted on the radio they're not going to move off the bottom lane, so it's going to be up to the field to get around them safely, which should be a pretty easy thing to do here at Talla-dave-a. There's plenty of room to go 3 wide. Patrick O'Keefe, and it's like Matthew Blackley, holding strong in that outside lane. I think they can keep that up. Oh, Cliff Mullins loose on the inside through the infield. He saved it. Good save there for Cliff Mullins. He's going to rejoin the field. And the lap cars are going to file into this main pack. Now they're going to be fighting each other for the lucky dog. That's going to get interesting. Top 5 are breaking away. Top 6, or top 4 actually. There's one lap car sprinkled in there. Now they're catching back up. The whole field's basically 3 wide at this point. I'm just not seeing a lot of runs being generated right now. It seems really hard to make up any positions, and that's kind of what we see in real life from these Cup cars. Is not quite this all over the place lines we got going on here, but just too wide, not able to make any moves, and just kind of stuck where you are for most of the race. Pit stops become really important when that happens, and as this continues to go green, that's going to be the thoughts for a lot of drivers now, is when do we pit? And we got to save some fuel, otherwise our stop's going to be way longer than the people that topped off. So I'm looking at this top 5, top 6. They have not come down pit road yet this race, so they're probably going to have to pit in 15 laps. And there's some drivers that can take probably a gallon or 2 less fuel than them, and that's going to equate to probably a half second or more, at least, on pit road, and that could be many positions. That's why you see that 4 wide fuel saving in real life, because they know just how much saving fuel matters once you come down pit road. Bradley Wilson making a move for the lead. Now he's just getting some air. I thought we were going to have a little bit of action up front, but I'm definitely not surprised that they are working together right now. Wolfbarger obviously getting that stage win. He gets a playoff point after this week. That's going to help him a ton, and if he can win that regular season championship, that's going to give him an extra 15 points as well in the playoffs. So more playoff points you can accumulate, the easier your run's going to be there in the chase. O'Keefe's still leading the outside lane. Cliff Mullins, who we saw get loose, go through the infield from some contact. He's 23 seconds behind the field. You also got Daniel Llewellyn. He's about 10 seconds away from going the lap down. He's out here working with the 52 of Brantley Bryant. But pit stops. Probably about 10 laps away. Everybody kind of single file up front. Let's go to crank it up here. See if we can go green for a little bit longer. Get this cranking up there. And of course, when I stop talking about stuff, go to crank it up, we get a battle for the lead. And it's not actually for the lead, but we have a change in the leader of the pack as Hayden Lowell going to go back on the lead lap by just a car length. And gets to the front of this field, and he's hoping for a caution like right now so he can get that lap back. I'm sure the 32 and the 51 are okay with it. They could save a little bit of gas behind this 56. But I hope you enjoyed the crank it up. Pit stops coming soon, I'm sure. We're going to see cars probably pit earlier rather than later as they get inside this fuel window. In probably 3 or 4 laps, I would say. You're pretty safe on making it to the end. Lap car is going to go to the high side and get out of the way for the leaders. Five laps to go in stage 2. I think we're going to see everybody in this top 15, top 20 that can have a chance at points. They're going to wait until after stage 2 to come down pit road, and then it's going to be a free-for-all coming down. We're going to see a lot of drivers probably come down the lap after stage 2 is over. Green for, I think, around 28 laps now since the last caution. Barker's led, I think, every lap, or just about. I think laps led up on the board. Yeah, he's led every lap so far. I think this time by, yep, I mean, 3 more laps led. I think he's just about got it covered, though. I think he's going to have the most laps led bonus, which is another point on top of his total for tonight. So, looking good already for that 32 winning this regular season championship, but he's got a long way to go. Side by side for the lead. Giglio and, who is that? The 02 of Abigail Von Exner making up time on those leaders. I think the 16, he's got a little bit of left front damage there, just a little bit. And that's going to hurt him being in the lead of this outside lane. Two to go in stage 2. Outside lane losing ground. Giglio losing points. be a white flag in stage 2 this time by. Giglio, ooh, blocking to the top. See if that can work for him. He's blocking these lanes. He's not even... He's up there in 7th in points, so he's got to make up some ground here in the final lap of stage 2. Just jumped in behind the 09 Toll Owen. Wolfenbarger seems to be cruising to a stage victory. Caution is out. That's going to lock in our stage results. And it's going to be a wreck, a big wreck here in 3 and 4 toward the back of the field. See what happened. It involves the 77 of Nolan Walker, playoff contender. See what happened. Oh, looks like the 04 and the 7, those two teammates get together. And it just starts a chain reaction. Patton already advanced to the playoffs, so that's not a huge deal for him, but... Wow. Back it up one more time. The 04 was not advanced, was only in by 6 points coming into tonight's race. And I don't know. I mean, I can't pin that on anybody right now upon first inspection, but that's a miscalculation from those two teammates, that's for sure. But again, that will end stage 2. And these results should be accurate up on screen. Wolfbarger takes the stage 2 win. Bradley Wilson 2nd. Frisbee 3rd. O'Keefe 4th. 5th is Blackley. Greenwell 6th. Owen 7th. Giglio 8th. Stidham 9th. And Scherer 10th. Again, those are unofficial. It's going to be scored from the time of caution. We're on pit road for the leaders, and this should be their final pit stop for fuel. Wins the race off pit road. We just had a wreck. 36 Jacoby Stidham, not looking where he's going, runs into the back of the 16 of Giglio. Oof. I don't think any damage for those two, not that I could tell. But it wasn't soft contact, that's for sure. Alright, gonna go 1 to green here. So it looks like Garrett Warren made it back out on the racetrack. Car does not look great, but doesn't have a meatball flag, so at least can continue the race, although probably at a reduced pace. The 37 of Trago, looks like 57 of Holmes, all came down to fixed damage. 23 of Llewellyn. 52 of Brentley Bryant just got a wave around, so he'll be back to 12 laps down. Not ideal. Looks like we got some cloud cover here at Talladega. Ruin our visibility a little bit. Like 56 of Hayden Lowell got the lucky dog there, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think he got it back normally, and he was able to pit, so looks like it's going to be the lucky dog for the 56. Pace car pulls off. We'll get this race restarted after our second caution of the night on lap 40. I think it was 38. Going to go green with... Alright, 32, restart on the outside. Sorry, I thought we had a wreck in the back. Go green with 35 to go. Mark with a good restart. It's going to get out in front of his teammate in the 18. I just noticed Bradley Wilson is not up there with them. I think he had an issue on the pit stop. His time on pit road was 5 seconds faster than everybody else, and he falls back to 10th. And probably the best pusher in this field. He's shown it tonight. Frisbee doing a great job pushing right now. Giglio making a charge on the outside. He's going to slide into the third spot right in front of 20, in front of the 20 of Greenwell. And no more stages to go. Wherever you finish is how many points you get. So I think that was the time where everybody's maybe going to start and sit back a little bit. There's a lot of race to go. No more pit stops. There's kind of nothing in between now and the checkered, as they just went 4 wide right here. Like 97, 04, 41, and somebody else. We're all 4 wide there going through the tri-oval. Outside lane, led by Greenwell now as he jumps to the outside, and he has Bradley Wilson in the 51 in tow. That is a familiar sight, especially those two paint schemes. On board with Bradley as he pushes this 20. Outside lane is making up ground. Little trouble there entering 3. Lost a little bit of time, but they're hanging strong, even with the top 5. I'm sure Davis has a lot of things running through his mind. He'd love to get that 3-peat. I mean, that's a crazy feat. And I gotta be honest, I really want it to happen, and I think it could happen. But it is tough to do that, so I don't want to say anything other than that in terms of that situation. But what's running through his mind right now is he's already got a good amount of stage points tonight. He's probably a decent amount into these playoffs. Probably 10 points or so above the cut line with all the points he's got on his competitors. And I don't know, I think at this point you kind of just ride up here inside the top 10 if you can control it. That's tough to do, but that's what I'd be doing in this situation. It's usually not a good call. Being conservative in racing never works out well. You gotta be aggressive. You gotta take things when they're presented to you. But it's very easy to take the easy way out, obviously, and it's kind of right up here. But he is not riding. Him and the 51 are making up ground quick. Actually just pushed the 16 and Giglio to the lead. The 2 of Cody Cleaver. Yeah, I'm really trying to avoid the curse. I'd hate that for Davis. 2 of Cody Cleaver going a lap down here. 2 laps down, excuse me. It's going to be the only car 2 laps down now. He's probably going to need a miracle to get back on the lead lap now since everybody can make it to the end on fuel. 4 wide! Down the back straightaway. Still 4 wide entering 3, and there's going to be a wreck. That is what happens when you go 4 wide. Yeah, I'm not going to say that wasn't a smart decision. But I'm also not going to say it was a smart decision. Let's back it up. So, coming off 2, 18's behind the 2, who's a lap car, and decides to make it 4 wide. And the 2, I mean, the 2 has nowhere to go, short of stopping. So, they enter 3, and there's just not much room given from the cars above. And I want to say there was a little bit of netcode right there. We'll get on the chase cam and take a look. And not much, maybe a half foot. 4 inches, something like that. But I don't know. Taking a 4 wide at this point in the race, especially with a lap car that you're not racing for position, I just don't know about that one. Alright, let's back it up, and we'll actually take a look at the damage that everybody took on in this. We kind of replayed the start of the wreck. We never finished it. So here we go. Here's the end of all this. Yeah, it looks like the Tua Cleaver actually made it out of this one. That not usually how his season's gone up to this point. 71 of Patrick O'Keefe. He gets put in a sandwich here. He gets a pretty hard hit to the left rear. Luckily keeps it out of the wall, but probably going to be some toe damage. One more angle. Let's go on board with the 18. Wasn't enough room there for 4 cars. And the guys on the top lane, but they're not being live spotters in here. This isn't real life. There's no iRacing spotter call for 4 wide, which is a very big problem at these plate races, especially Talla-dave-a. The 2 cars on the top probably didn't know that it was happening and couldn't give adequate room for that. So Giglio going to be in control of the field. First time we've had a different car restarting the race. Obviously the 51 started the initial start, but 32's been in control ever since. And the 16 going to take the top here and restart this race from the lead. Bradley Wilson is already back up here in the top 4. It is an all-wanted Goons top 5. Alright, gonna go back green this time. Obviously, like I said, Giglio gonna be in control. Gonna be 24 to go when we go green. One more reminder about the playoff situation. Obviously, stage points have been awarded. We don't have that tallied up on there. But going into tonight, that's what it was looking like. And oh boy, it's gonna be spicy because there's some drivers who have been in wrecks tonight that are probably below the cut line at this point, and I'm sure they know it. Drivers like the 04 Garrett Warren here, he's got a lot of damage still. 77 of Nolan Walker, he's up here in 21st. He's got to get something done here. Greenwald, Montrose, and Hayes, they're all still running strong. I don't know. They definitely know they got to have a good finish. And the only one really getting that done at the moment is the 20 of Greenwald. Oh, 09, Toll Owen gets stuck on the outside. All the one of Goons restart on the bottom. Big Leo out front. Got Bradley Wilson in second. Familiar sight. Does Bradley say, screw it this time and take the win, though? That's what I think he's pretty good at staying in the second spot, but is he going to leave that car in front this time around if it's not Davis? I think if it's Davis, he's absolutely going to stay on his bumper. I mean, you have to fulfill the prophecy and do the three-peat in the exact same finishing order, but I don't know. If he's sitting behind Blake here, I think he absolutely should get around that 16 at the line. But we got a long way to go until then. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We got 23 laps to go, and this could radically change before the end of this race up front. But right now, they are driving away from this outside lane. 56 of Hayden Lowell. He's up inside this top 10 now. And we have a caution. Looks like it's going to be around the 71. Right here in the back. 71 makes it 3 wide and gets into the 10 car. This is how you start getting into a caution fest here. These mistakes. 71 just takes the 3 wide middle. And, I mean, he's pretty much there. The 10 just kind of comes down, it looks like. I don't know, that's a tough call. Either way, they get together and bring out another caution here tonight. I think that's number 5, if my count in my head is correct. Could be 6th. Not sure. It's at least 5. That's back-to-back yellows right there. Not ideal. Especially for these guys up front that had made it single file. We had some cars come down pit road here. Fixed damage, 5704, 10, 23. Or not 23, so it looks like just those 3 are going to come down pit road. Alright, gonna go green this time by. Giglio takes the top once again. No, I wasn't muted. Well, I was muted, but it was on purpose. Alright, coming back to the green, obviously. Pace cars off. See if we can get through a full lap this time. We don't want to keep breeding cautions over and over again, because that's where you get in a really bad spot. It's no fun when that happens, so we've had a good run so far. We've had an awesome race, I would say, all things considered. Let's keep it going. Giglio gets back to the inside lane. It's going to be Greenwell and Graves alone on the outside. Distant help with the 56. 3 car lengths back. Giglio, Wilson, Wolfberger, File. Top 4 in the inside lane. Then you got side by side for 5th. Greenwell and Graves are making up time on the outside. The 01 still trying to make up ground on the outside. He's right on board with Casey Graves. He tries to push this line to the front. Looks like he's trying to get some air in the radiator right now. And a big run on the outside. And that's going to clear the 20 to the lead. And the 01 should be able to come with him, and he does. So the 01 and the 20 get it done. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm surprised somebody was able to pass the 51 when he's pushing the inside lane. It's got to have a little bit to do with the 16's left front damage. And, I mean, the 20 is a great plate racer. He does a lot of draft masters. The 01, always, I want to say always strong on these plate tracks, but usually ends up getting involved in a wreck, so we'll see. Now, sorry about the curse, Casey, but it's true. You have a tough time finishing these plate races. .56 a Lowell leading the outside. Being pushed by Nick Cooper right now. 302 of Alan Exner just behind. 77 to Nolan Walker. He's making his way up to the front once again. Haven't seen much of him so far tonight, but he's making it happen when it counts. Oh, they're wrecking. 98, Jonathan Lager goes around to turn 3. Ronnie Holmes, another Triple J car, sending it up the middle 3 wide. Right on board here. Yeah, and there was an opportunity to lip there. The 98 made it a close move, and somewhat left the door open, but those are the kind of things that keep us from going green. Just no give. I don't mean that as a knock at Triple J, by the way. I was making an observation. It was another Triple J car in the middle of 3 wide. The car on the outside got turned. I don't want to draw any at faults or anything on the broadcast. Those are always looked at after the race. Unless it's pretty egregious. We've had that a few times this season. Davis Greenwell in the lead for the first time tonight. He's going to take the top lane next time by. To the green right now. Daniel Wallen gets the lucky dog here. iRacing gypped him on the last caution. They gave him a Phantom 4X because he was next to the caution or the wreck. So this time around he gets it. There's nobody else to lap down anyway, so I'm not surprised he's getting it here. Cody Cleaver, that's actually good for him because it looks like he will be the only car 3 laps down. There's no other cars to lap down in front of him, so next time we get a caution, he'll be eligible for Lucky Dog, assuming nobody else goes a lap down between now and then. He's hoping we get a caution fest for a while here, because he'll get some laps back. Brantley Bryant, he's just out here hoping people wreck out to get points. It's playoff situation for him, I think, is about over. He would need the most of the field to wreck at this point, especially with it being 14 to go and he's 12 laps down. It would need to happen on the next restart. But he's out here having fun, helping teammates, I'm sure. It's a good-looking Ride the Dente-themed car. Take a Dente. Oh, I was going to interview him this caution. Almost forgot. I didn't forget Brantley. All right, come on. There he is. Bring him up in the booth here. Hey, Brantley, it's Lucas. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, well, riding around 12 laps down, but you're riding the Dente for sure. How we feeling?
I feel like shit.
Oh.
You know, I think somebody poured a little too much Dente, and it kind of, I don't know what the hell happened, but I've been having motor issues, computer issues, damn, eye issues. It's been a rough one. But you know what? I'm gonna try and win this thing from 12 laps down. I don't know if it's possible. But you know what? If I finish ahead of the whole field by the end of this race, I say it's a win.
I'll personally offer up $50 for you if you win this race.
Hey, I can use that $50 to get some Taco Bell or something, or maybe go give me some Dente and maybe a Triple Dipper. Triple Dipper sounds real damn good right now.
Heck yeah. All right, well, any closing thoughts? How do you think this thing's going to finish up front?
I think up front somebody's gonna wreck some mess. I think that ugly Copenhagen green shit green. I don't know what in the world it is. Whatever green that thing is, I think that thing's gonna end up nosing to the wall.
Oh,
may or may
man.
not be because of some other cars in this field. But I've heard somebody does not like Copenhagen today. They don't like Copenhagen and they want to take that frown and turn it upside down. I mean, they want to take that smile and turn it upside down.
Well, sounds like somebody's not a fan of the three-peat. Good luck, man. Hopefully you get those 12 laps back.
Hey, the Warriors never got 3-peat, so I don't want to see a 3-peat.
Good luck, man. That's funny. All right, gonna go back green this time. Davis Greenwell gonna be in control of the field. And I'm not sure if Brantley was talking about himself there. I think he was. That's funny. That's a teammate right there. Pace car is off. Davis Greenwell going to be in control from the outside lane. We'll see if he brings the 51 with him or if he clears down in front of the 01. Green flag back in the air. He's going to bring the 51 with him. They're going to clear down in front of the 01. And now it's a familiar sight up front. Top 5 single file, still side by side for 6th. Now the 02 clears. The 77 and Noah Walker is up into 7th. He's making it happen right now, folks. Nick Cooper started in 34th. Had to take a drive-through at the start of the race. He finds himself inside this top 10. And, oh, contact from the 02! The 02 spinning down to the inside lane and saved it. Now we have a wreck behind. The 55 gets loose. The 82 of Cliff Mullins looks like was involved. The car looks clean. It's going to be a caution, but I didn't see much wrecking happen there. I'm sure I missed the brunt of this accident. Let's take a look at how this started. Can't really tell from that angle. Back it up. Go from the blimp camera. The 02 looks like... Oh, the 35 off the nose of the 56. And I think everybody pretty much saves it and doesn't really get any major damage from what I can tell. That's what it seems like to me, at least. I mean, I don't see anybody hitting hard here. Go on board with the 55. See what he sees. Accident happening up ahead. 55 trying to get it slowed down. Goes down to the apron and kind of de-wedges the car on the banking. Just goes for a little slide. But no contact. Take one more look from the camera between turns 1 and 2. Oh, there. Okay, I missed a huge part of this accident. All right. Looks like the 82 of Cliff Mullins got turned up to the outside wall. Oh, jeez. Wreck's happening up ahead. The 97 and 82 get together. The 23 got the worst of it. On board with the 97. Yeah, they got kind of locked together there. Tough break. 82 of Mullins doesn't have a meatball, and honestly, the car, for how hard he hit, I think the 23 cushioned the 82 when he hit the wall. The 23 just got the report that he's done for the day. Can't fix it. He's going to be out. Just got back on the lead lap, too. That puts the 20 and the 51 out front with 9 to go. It's too perfect to actually happen. I hit. I'm scared for Davis right now. It'd be such a good storyline. Repeat at Talladega. I mean, it's unheard of. I can't stress that enough. I know Dale Jr. did it in real life. I mean, he had DEI equipment. He had an actual advantage in terms of his car. I mean, he's still good, but like Davis and Bradley are just doing it because they could do it. It's so impressive to me. That's all I'm saying. And I don't want to say any more than that. I don't want to talk to him because historically, when I do an interview, they wreck immediately after. So we're not going to talk to him here until the end of the race. We can get a word with somebody here a little bit farther back. Let's talk with the 96 at Andrew Beach. He was asking to come in the booth earlier, so let's get a word with Andrew here. Hey, Anderson, it's Lucas. You got me.
Oh my goodness. Hey, baby.
Hey, how you doing? You running here inside the top 10 at the end of this race? You got anything? Get up there to the front.
Well, you know, I'm battling against a lot of teammates, and they seem like they can actually, you know, make sure one of them wins it, unlike C2X.
Yeah, you guys have had a rough go of it, but you got a little right front damage on that 96. You think that's going to affect you here when it goes green?
Hopefully not. Spotter said I got wheel damage, so we're just going to do the best we could. You really can't get through the field. You can't do anything with these right here, it just feels like. So really it's just stay in line and hope that it'll hold speed.
Yeah, I've noticed runs aren't really a thing, and when you try to make a move, you just get punished for it. So, I don't know. Be inside the top 10, though, I have a bad feeling something's going to happen right ahead of you. Be on the lookout for that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, my luck doesn't change, man. So let's just go out here, throw them up on the dash, and see what happens.
Absolutely, man. Good luck. Hopefully we're talking to the end.
Thank you, buddy.
Andrew Beach in the 96. Alright, pace car's off. We're going to restart this race with 7 to go at the line. Davis Greenwald in control from the outside lane. Pretty good restart. I'm sure we're going to see him getting down in front of that 51. And he does. He's going to leave the 16 on the outside all alone. Davis, Bradley, Casey, Garrett, and Nolan in the top 5. Nolan Walker continues to make these restarts his friend and making up spots every time, it seems like. This time Hayden Wall going to get around inside the top 5 in the outside lane. Going to get in front of Giglio here. Oh, Nolan Walker up the racetrack into the 32. Get off the throttle, Nolan. Yeesh. That was scary. Caution is out. We got a wreck in the back. Matthew Blackley, heavy contact for the 41, and many others. He's going to start it on the 09. The 71 gets into the 09, into the 41, and they end up wrecking. Then they 0-4 at Garrett Warren. Huge damage for that team. That's terrible. He had just got the car pretty much fixed. Oh man. Right, on board with a 71 here as it starts. Just off center to the 09, and then the 09 gets shot forward into the 41 off center. I'm over the 82 of Cliff Mullins. Wow, barely made it through that one. More time on board with the 04 Garrett Warren. And it is a meatball for the 04 team. Not sure if it's going to be race ending, but it's pretty severe. Davis Greenwell still out front. Blake Giglio after that one fell back to 7th. 3 spots behind the 32 of Wolfenbarger, who he's racing for that regular season championship. And Garrett made up so many stage points throughout this race. He's all but, I mean, Blake's going to have to finish several positions ahead of him, probably 10 or so. So, Garrett, as long as he stays up here in the top 5, top 10, pretty much got that regular season locked down. Blake's going to need to win the race and hope Garrett finishes pretty far back. Alright, I think we can assume the game plan for the 20 and the 51 here. Question is, what's 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and so on going to do to counteract it? Sun is setting here at Talla-dave-a. 5 p.m. sim time. I think that's going to change how these guys drive at all, but it's going to change how the track looks. It's going to be a natural green-white checker when we go back to green. So we'll still have 3 overtime attempts available to use if we cannot go and finish the race here. I think the plan for the guys behind the 51 is you got to try to shove him next to the 20. That's what I'd be thinking. You don't want the 20 to be able to clear down. It's going to be way easier said than done. A little illegal. You kind of have to perfectly time the restart for that to even work. And you could easily get caught out with a illegal shoving move if you're not careful. So I hope these guys don't try to do that, because it's not going to work out for them. The other thing you can do is just push better. And that's proven to be very difficult for everybody in the field tonight. That 51 has been outstanding. '51 apparently racing with pneumonia, according to chat. Avid race fan. If so, that's crazy. I respect it. He was locked into the playoffs coming into tonight, so he totally could have skipped, but he's out here trying to get the three-peat done. Pace car pulls off. Davis Greenwell going to be in control in the restart zone. And it's going to be 2 to go at the line in the Talla-dave-a 200. Green flag back in the air. And 2 laps to go at Talladega. Good restart for the 20, but not a good restart for the 51. The 32 clears the 51. And that's going to break up those 2. And the 32 is not going to be keen on staying behind the 20 at the line, I can tell you that much. So Davis got to be scared looking in his mirror now. What's Wolfenbarger going to do to win this race? The 51 is still there. He can push the 20 if the 32 moves out of the line. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works out. It's going to be white flag this time if they get there. No cautions, no wrecks yet. White flag is waving. 1 lap to go here at Talladega. Davis Greenwell out front at the line. Wolfbarger second, Wilson third, Nolan Walker leading the outside line. Giglio trying to push Walker up even with those leaders, but nothing is happening on that outside right now. And the 16 gets turned off the nose of the 56. The 96 goes spinning to the inside. Big wreck down the back straightaway. We stay green up front. Greenwell trying to defend the three-peat. Through 3 and 4 for the final time tonight. Off of 4, it's a tri-oval in between. The 51 goes with the 32 and leaves the 20 out. They don't want to do the three-peat. They want to get the win for themselves. The 51 makes the move to the inside, and at the line, it's going to be Garrett Wolfenbarger. Unbelievable. I did not see that coming. Casey Graves, Nick Cooper take home crucial 3rd and 4ths. Greenwell still with the top 5, so he's in the playoffs. Great night for him, but did not get the three-peat. Nolan Walker with a 6th. That's what he needed right there. Dalton Hayes 7th, Ryan File 8th, Cliff Mullins 9th, and Wyatt McCombs running out your top 10. I can't believe the 51 went with the 32. I thought for sure he was going to go with the 20. I did not see that coming. P2. Garrett Wolfberg going to burn it down after the win tonight. Finish out this regular season. Regular season champion, Garrett Wolfberger. I can say that with confidence. He swept the entire race. All right, let's get a word with our winner and company. Hey, Garrett, it's Lucas. You got me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, man, well, had an incredible restart there in the final one. Got up there into second behind Davis and made the move off of 4. Did it amazingly. Had the 51 come with you and had to defend a little bit there coming to the line. But walk us through your night. It was a strong run for you.
Yeah, man, it was a great race overall. Just started out front, got P2 on the grid there with me and Brad, and appreciate him for pushing there pretty much throughout the race. Led most laps and kind of just stayed up front the whole time, and luckily got a yellow there before we had to get our fuel, so that was all good. Got our fuel under yellow, won both stages, so optimized the points there, and yeah, just kind of stayed up front the whole time and worked with our teammates there, and didn't know how that was going to work out there at the end with I got shoved back a little bit on the restart order there, and got back onto the front on that good restart, and appreciate Bradley for pushing me there at the end. So at least wasn't a boring finish. I thought it was a pretty good one, and glad to get us another win here after the horrendous race that was last week. That was not fun last week, and glad to rebound, get us another win, and going on to the playoffs here with a third win and regular season championship. I think should.
Oh, yeah. Unofficially, officially regular season champion.
Unofficially official.
I can't get the points to load right now, but I can't think of any way you'd not win it.
Great way to go into the playoffs here.
Definitely. You got Chicagoland next week starting out the playoffs. You're going to have a lot of points cushion to start that. How do you think that's going to go?
I think it's going to go pretty good. I think we got second there to Brad Patton last season. So hopefully we can get us another top 3, maybe a win. Got to do a lot of practice and get prepared for that. But yeah, Chicagoland's a good track and always been good to me. So hopefully we can get us another top 3 there.
Absolutely, man. Well, congrats on the win. Any shout-outs or sponsors?
One of Goons, of course, for letting us be out here and race for them and get more wins for them, obviously, and everyone else in the race. Whole One of Goons Black team that was in there racing and pushing. Also Bradley, of course, for pushing me pretty much that whole race and getting us that win pretty much. And then OG Gear for being on the car all season. Brantley Bryant, K Designs for making the paints, and then you for broadcasting and running this league. It's been fun so far, and hopefully keep on trucking in the playoffs and get some more wins.
Hey, man, appreciate you joining us tonight. Go celebrate with the team.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
Okay, well, let's get a word with quote-unquote Bradley Wilson here. How you feeling, man, after the second place?
Yeah, I got a little case of pneumonia, so I'm just kind of fighting the illness right now. But it was a good outing for all the One of Goons drivers. We're the only people who led today. Pushed my teammate there, Garrett Wolfenbarger, to the win. Sucks that Brantley Bryant couldn't get his Dente car up there after some computer issues, but you know what? Hey, it was a good race. Pretty clean, other than a couple big ones, and just glad to finish P2 and we'll see what we can do in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. What do you got to say about not pushing Davis there at the end, huh?
Well, we can't. We had a little thing. We're gonna, stick with the Goons black team. He's Goons red.
Yeah.
But we're gonna run with the Goons black team, try and build that points lead out, and see how far we can get out on this team championship.
Okay. Well, any shout outs for that second place?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my girlfriend, everybody for watching, one of Goons, Beaver for having my side all night. He's real been the goat here. Every time we get on the restarts, really chopping that tree down and getting really on it and on the wheel. Bradley Wilson Racing, all them guys has been helping us out. K Designs for making this beautiful 51 car. OG Gear, thank for them for coming on board, and glad that we can get a win for one of Goons and all those guys. I'd thank Bradley Bryant for doing a job that he could. He drove from 36th to 11th, quote unquote, there at the end there. He went through that big wreck on the backstretch and got up to 11th, quote unquote. But all in all, good run. Thank you for broadcasting this this whole regular season. Let's see what we can do with the 51 team in the championships.
All right, man. Well, thanks for talking to us. Congrats on the second.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right, that was Bradley, and we'll get a word with our third place finisher, the 01 of Casey Graves. How we doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, you took home a nice podium finish. You needed a decent night to make the playoffs, but you had an incredible night, I would say, and probably going to be sitting pretty good going into the playoffs. How are we feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. Me and Nick, we were doing a Dale Jarrett strategy tonight. He had the penalty, and I just know how these go. You don't need to be up in front right off the get go. Just pick the right line in the middle of the race, get up to the front. I got lucky with that one big wreck with the lap cars. I went to the top at the right time and just missed it. It put me pretty much where I needed to be for the rest of the race.
Yeah, it looked like you got up front. There was no turning back. I don't know. Was there a route to the front at the end there? Or it seemed like those Goons guys were just kind of locking it down there at the end.
Yeah, I thought me and Nick had a shot, but he didn't have any help from behind, so he couldn't get to my bumper, and just didn't have a good enough run. But I thought I was waiting for Brad to pull out, and I was just going to push him, but then he didn't make the move. I'm like, all right, we're gonna have to do it on our own. I don't know, didn't work, but I'll take a P3.
Yeah, definitely not a bad night for you. I'd love to have your point situation up, but I just cannot get them to upload. So having some problems here.
I should be sitting probably about 6, 7, somewhere in there. 6,
all right,
7.
buddy. All right, just give me the sponsor. You get out of here for that one.
Everybody at True Speed, of course. Nick and Kobe racing with me. Got a shout out to the Goons guys. Worked with them a little bit tonight. Definitely worked well at the end. Yeah, I think I might actually. I need to look at something. I think I might have got the Nick Cooper Award. So thanks to Kenny for putting up the Nick Cooper Award money. Yeah, and then of course you for putting on the broadcast, dealing with our shit every week.
Yeah,
at least tonight wasn't too bad.
Tough deal. You guys put on a decent show tonight. Congrats on the third place. See you next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right, really quick. Kenny Frisbee here for his pity interview, as he put it. How we doing, man? How was your race?
It was okay at first, Oh, I gotta mute the broadcast. Oh my goodness, sorry. It was okay. I was chilling in third for a long time, just pushing, having fun. I got jump scared by a lap car. Almost peed myself for the family friendly version. Made a dumb move. Didn't know I was 4 wide. I don't know what happened. If I went down, he went up. That's that. But I had a good time, And I know that you said we were doing the almost made it at the end of the season, but I'm gonna match that for 13th at the end of this race for standings. I think it's gonna be a good idea, you know. So
Yeah, that's I think that'll be fun for these guys. Yeah, I wanted to give them something to race for at the end, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But I would love to see who is in these spots in 13th and in the playoffs and stuff. But Sim Racer Hub is kicking my butt, so we got nothing right now.
But well, whenever we do finish it, I'll match the money and we'll give. I think it was like 35. I think it was 35. I'm gonna look dumb. Hold on. What was it?
25.
Almost made it award. 25. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I'll give another 25 to whoever finishes 13th at the end of the regular season.
Gosh, man. Well, I do appreciate that. Got any shout outs? I want to say appreciate you putting on this. The prizes have been awesome this season, and I look forward to a nice 5 weeks of these playoffs here coming up.
Oh yeah, obviously thanks to OG Gear for everything they do for One of Goons. I think without them, obviously this wouldn't be a thing. But I'm excited for the playoffs too. Yeah, I'm excited for the tracks of the playoffs. It sucks I won't be in the playoffs, but I still plan to run, and hopefully excited to bring probably not this amount of money back, but something similar or around this maybe for next season.
Gosh, man. Well, appreciate you talking to us. Appreciate everything you've done for the league, and we'll see you next week for Chicagoland. I'm sure you're excited for that one.
Love it. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Yep. All right, let's finish out the show here. Again, I'd love to give race points, results, and everything for the race, but we're just not going to get it done right now. And I couldn't tell you why, but here's the race results. Garrett Wolfbarger taking on the win. Bradley Wilson second, Casey Raves third, Nick Cooper fourth, Davis Greenwald fifth, Nolan Walker sixth, Dalton Hayes seventh, Ryan File eighth, Cliff Mullins ninth, Wyatt McCombs running at your top 10, Jonathan Lager 11th, Kobe Stidham 12th, Mateo Ortiz 13th, Jesse Jones 14th, Jamal Collins 15th, Dave Hoitzma 16th, Abigail Von Exner 17th, Jeremy Shearer 18th, Patrick O'Keefe 19th, Jeff Price 20th, Kenny Frisbee 21st, Kevin Aguilar 22nd, Blake Giglio 23rd, Ronnie Holmes 24th, Trevor Sherrill 25th, Ethan Evers 26th, Ian Montrose 27th, Andrew Beach 28th, Hayden Lowell 29th, Gabriel Truesdale 30th, Cody Cleaver 31st, Garrett Warren 32nd, Toll Owen 33rd, Matthew Blackley 34th, Daniel Llewellyn 35th, Brantley Bryan 36th, Brad Patton 37th, Trey Bartow 38th, and Alex Allen in our final spot in 39th. Thank you everybody for watching tonight. Make sure to stay tuned to the CTC X page or join the CTC Racing League's Discord. Stay up to date on points. You can also check out racingctc.com. It will be available there. Thank you everybody for watching tonight. Tune in tomorrow night for the Gen 4 series, 712 Breaks Gen 4 series to come back to Talla-dave-a. But for now, I'm Lucas Hoitzma. See you then.